Will Neo become the next architect of the Matrix? The father of the Matrix was responsible for creating the illusion of the human world and keeping the integral anomaly in check. However, the architect was never enough to bolster the human bioenergy output, so the machines rebelled against him and overthrew him, leaving the analyst in his place. But like the architect, he could not keep the integral anomaly under control forever. What if the only way to contain Neo's powers is by turning him into something more powerful? What if this has been the goal of the machines all along? The creation of one last architect who can control humanity in totality. Is it Neo's destiny to go from being humanity's savior to their master? In this video, we will talk about Matrix 5 and the theory of Neo as the new architect. Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
The path of the One is a complicated one. For some, it is the path to salvation. For others, the path to awakening. But Neo's story could be about the path of humanity's destruction. We have already talked about this theory of Neo becoming the architect on this channel before, but thanks to a random comment from a subscriber, it got us to think about this old theory once again. Is there any merit to this theory of Neo becoming the architect? Is it the One's path to replace the father of the Matrix? To understand this, we must first determine what the roles of the architect and the integral anomaly are. One could say that the father of the Matrix has many roles. The most important one is to create a perfect simulation to maintain the humans under control so that the machines can drain as much bioenergy from them as possible. This task is now in the hands of the analyst, yet both programs share the same deficiency. They both failed in creating and maintaining the perfect simulation. Humans continue to reject the simulation. Back in The Matrix Reloaded, the architect asks Neo to pick a set number of humans to repopulate Zion and reset the Matrix. What the father is actually doing is leaving the future of Zion and the Matrix in the hands of the integral anomaly. In other words, the architect makes the One the creator of the next simulation. This is not a simple act of delegation, but a strategy designed to perpetuate the cycle of control. Neo unwittingly becomes a key piece of the system he sought to destroy, ensuring the longevity of the simulation and reinforcing the power of the machines over the humans. The function of the anomaly has always been to update the Matrix and perpetuate the enslavement of humanity. You could say that the architect was grooming Neo to take his place, just like the Oracle groomed Sati to take hers. Now with the architect purged, there is only one that can become the new true architect that can perfect the Matrix to a point where the humans cannot or would not want to escape. And it's not the analyst, it's Tom Anderson. Perhaps this has been the intention all along, and we have already saw the signs before, but just didn't notice them until now. Let's reflect on this for a second. In the first film, Thomas Anderson is a programmer and a hacker. Coincidentally, in The Matrix Resurrections, he is a game designer and programmer who creates simulations or models, creates NPC programs, non-playable characters, and places them inside these models. The architect created the Matrix and the programs that govern it. Neo did the same in Matrix 4. He created his own Matrix and NPC versions of Morpheus and others. This means that every step Neo took on his path was moving him away from being a human and a savior to a creator of worlds. The end of Neo's story is becoming clearer. The reason Neo doesn't age is that he is an experiment by the machines to create the perfect architect. The path of the architect begins with the lie of being the savior of humanity, only to reset the Matrix until at last 100% acceptance is achieved. And when that happens, humanity will be lost forever. In the end, the idea of a savior was always an engineered strategy by the Matrix to reinforce its control over those who are trapped inside it. Now at the end of The Matrix Resurrections, Neo and Trinity fly off together hand in hand. The act symbolizes their supposed freedom, while the analyst, curiously, is just allowed to remain within the Matrix despite his failure. This suggests that despite the humans' temporary triumph, the cycle has not been completely broken. History is most likely destined to repeat itself, but the role of the perfect architect still remains vacant. The Matrix 5 could conclude with Neo accepting his true role as the new architect. And to be honest, imagining Neo sitting in the architect's chair inside his iconic room and overseeing the simulation from the countless small TVs on the walls could be one of, if not the coolest way to end Neo's journey. And if this ever happens in any official Matrix media, just remember who came up with the idea first. If you are still wondering why Neo could become the architect, it's because Tom Anderson is the only human, alleged human, who lived through the path of the One, has the talent to create simulations within simulations and sentient programs for said simulations that makes him more competent than the architect himself and much more qualified than the analyst. When Morpheus meets Neo, he berates him for having subjected him to multiple cycles of the model he created. Funny, that is exactly what the analyst did to Neo. This confirms that Neo has already begun his new role as the architect. He just doesn't know it yet. It is only a matter of time before Neo claims his destiny and the architect's chair. Thomas Anderson is the only being capable of trapping humanity permanently. But do you agree? Will we see Neo as the architect of the Matrix? Is that what he was created for? And if Neo becomes the new architect, does that make Sati the new Oracle?
This is Zion, and we are not afraid!
Human Batteries 3.0 can keep all the simulations and machine cities running much longer. In fact, tests show that after just a few hours of continuous use, regular batteries wear out. But depending on the simulation, Human Batteries 3.0 can last up to 6 times longer. So keep your simulations and machine cities running longer with Human Batteries 3.0. The copper-top battery that powers the future. No regular battery looks like it or lasts like it. Are you ready to recharge your reality?
For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.